So for this week's devotional, I had something completely different to share with you all, and I just kind of felt God nudging me to save that for next week. Instead, what I felt Him telling me was to encourage all of us, all of you, including myself, this week to talk about grace. You see, two things have happened already earlier this morning that have just kind of reminded me of that beautiful word, grace. Grace is what you and I don't deserve, but yet God still gives it and shows it to us. So earlier this morning, my youngest, she came outside and she wanted to tell me the news. She's been helping me train our little puppy Mingo, and she said, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, Mingo didn't go poo poo on his pad. He went poo poo on his on the floor. But Daddy, can you show him grace?" I looked at her and I said, "You know what? That's a great word. So yeah, I'm gonna show him grace. Instead of punishing him, instead of scolding him, I'm gonna just clean up his mess and just walk away." And so that was the first kind of bell ringing where I felt God saying, talk about grace. The second one was a little bit more personal. See, after I cleaned up Mingo's mess, I wanted to go wash my hands, and so I went into the restroom, and as I was getting ready to pump the soap into my hands, I noticed that it was full of water. The container where the soap is, somebody had filled it to the top with water. And so I asked my daughters, I asked Eden, I asked Evelyn, "Hey, which one of you put water into this soap bottle?" Both of them looked at me and stone cold said, "It wasn't me, Daddy." So then I went to my wife, Lisette. I said, "Hey, babe, did you put water in the soap bottle?" She said, "No, it wasn't me." So then I had both of them stand in front of Lisette and I said, "Okay, there's water in the soap bottle. Who put water?" They looked at both of us, and both of them said, "It wasn't me." So then I said, "Okay, I want both of you to go into your room. I want you to talk about this because one of you is lying to Mama and Papa. Go into your room, talk about it, then come out and tell us the truth." So they were in their room for a couple of minutes, and inevitably my wife and Lisette and I, we went to their door and we put our ear there, and we could hear our oldest, Eden, telling Evelyn, our youngest, "Evelyn, lying doesn't get you anywhere. It never works out. You need to tell the truth. Go tell Mama and Papa the truth, that it was you." And you could hear Evelyn struggling, and she was crying. And so they opened the door, and Eden, our oldest, comes out. She said, "Mama, Papa, I didn't put water in the soap, but it was Evelyn. But she didn't want to tell the truth because she thought that she was going to get in trouble." I said, "Okay, thank you, Eden." And then we called Evelyn to our bedroom, and she was crying. She was a mess. She thought she was going to be punished and she was going to be in trouble. And so I said, "Evelyn, did you put the water in the soap bottle?" She nodded her head and she was just crying. And I said, "Okay, you need to apologize to your mom. You need to say you're sorry because you lied to her." So she did that. And then I said, "You need to apologize to me. You need to say you're sorry because you lied to me and that wasn't okay." And so she said she was sorry. And I said, "Look, I'm going to show you grace. You should be punished, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you grace. I'm going to give you something that you don't deserve because you deserve to be punished, but I'm going to show you grace. Okay?" She nodded her head. She said, "Okay, Daddy." She came up, she gave us a hug, and it was all good. But that was the second bell ringing where God just said, talk about grace. You see, that wonderful word is something that God gives to each and every one of us. We deserve to be punished. We deserve to get what's coming to us. But yet He shows us grace. I'm reminded of Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9, which says, "For it is by grace, God's remarkable compassion and favor, drawing you to Christ, that you have been saved, actually delivered from judgment and given eternal life through faith. And this salvation is not of yourselves, not through your own effort, but it is the undeserved, gracious gift of God, not as a result of your works nor your attempts to keep the law, so that no one will be able to boast or take credit in any way for his or her salvation." So this week, friends, the challenge is, who do you need to show grace to? Maybe it's something that's already happened. Somebody has offended you, somebody has hurt you, somebody has frustrated you or angered you. Or maybe it's going to happen later on this week. Maybe as you're driving, someone's going to cut you off. And that's going to frustrate you. That's going to anger you. That's going to make you want to take matters into your own hands. Who do you need to show grace to? Maybe it's a husband or a wife. Maybe it's a brother or a sister. Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a neighbor, a friend. Who is that person? Or maybe it's multiple people that you need to show grace to this week. Send them a text. Make a phone call. Send an email. Let them know that instead of giving them what they deserve, you're just going to show grace to them. You're going to forgive them. All right? I hope that encourages you. I know it challenges me this week. I've already got 2 things going on. I'm showing grace. And so I hope that you have a great week. I love you guys. Miss you guys. Let me know if you need me to stop by and pray for you, lead you through communion. As always, I'm more than willing and able to do that if that's something that you would like. Until next week, I hope you have an awesome week. God bless you. I'm praying for you guys. Love you. Bye-bye.